the Engelbert. Adam Silver, you had an unbelievable opportunity right here. Your best WNBA insiders could be out there playing the role of Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter and Albert Breer and so many of the great Sham Sharana and Ramona Shelburne, Brian Windhorst. If it's MLB, Jeff Passan, Buster Olney, Ken Rosenthal. Oh,
look at that energy. That frustration isn't just about one player signing. It points to a bigger problem in the WNBA that has been going wrong for a long time. A random Brazilian reporter has now highlighted how broken the system really is. So, what is actually going on here?
I called out the media myself yesterday. Media not being able to scoop WNBA signings in free agency is wild. This is such a huge opportunity to build the league's NFL, NBA free agency fire. Then there's nothing about visits or anything. What? Yeah, they don't know what they're doing. And you got this person right here who once run her mouth about Caitlin Clark and went on a woe is me tour earlier in the day, announcing Demarius Dantas is set to re-sign with the Indiana Fever, source tells me. Announcement to come.
There it is. The WNBA currently has around 100 free agents, but the media has only covered a few of those moves. Now compare that to the NFL, where reporters like Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter can report dozens of signings in just a short time on day one of free agency. The difference is huge, and it is hurting the WNBA by taking away attention and momentum that the league really needs.
My boy CDS likes the signing. So do I, frankly. It's wild to see so many Fever fans outraged by this. Dantas is a quality backup who can stretch the floor on offense. She was great when Sides gave the offense to Caitlin Clark. That is true. Demarius Dantas knocked down a big three for you under Christy Sides. But like a lot of the players on this team, got neutered, got spaded by Stephanie White's offense. The key is the crappy Stephanie White, whose style was not good.
A Brazilian-American reporter ended up breaking the story before most of the WNBA media did, partly because Dairis Dantas is Brazilian. That's the connection being pointed out. It wasn't about special insider access or strong league connections, but more about general international basketball coverage picking it up while traditional insiders missed it. And that's what makes the situation even more interesting.
Down the court better than Natasha Howard. It's not even close. There I am. I love the re-signing, solid backup. Love her, awesome. Dante's got to get over fear of balling out in the WNBA. But some folks not happy. Why are we doing this? She is old. Bullshit. I hope this is false. I don't believe anything this stupid bitch says. Face palm that don't like to move. Oh my.
Look at that reaction. Fever fans are going wild over what is basically a veteran minimum backup signing. The gap between what people expect and what is actually happening is huge. And it shows something deeper about how these new WNBA contracts and roster moves could completely reshape everything going forward.
Can you? Are you kidding me, Amber Cox? Can you do better? Dantas is a great bench depth piece, solid veteran. I agree. Let me guess, you got destroyed. She went 5 games without hitting a shot. I believe she was dealing with an injury last year. That got this guy called an effing idiot. Okay. This is our response to super teams. We're cooked. Now, you're going to find out with these new contracts. By the way, Annie Constable breaking this story right here.
Roberta Souza broke the Dantas story, and Alexa Filippo reported Diamond Miller being traded to Connecticut for Rhea Marshall. Amy Pell also reported Aerial Powers going to the Sparks for Raychaw Jackson. So there are multiple reporters getting WNBA news out, but most of the usual WNBA insider media is staying quiet while free agency is happening. Meanwhile, in other leagues like the NFL, reporters track every move instantly, and in the NBA and MLB, insiders break news constantly and turn every rumor into big updates. In comparison, WNBA fans are often learning big signings from international or outside reporters instead of the league's main insider network.
Chicago Sky and LA Sparks are in discussions about a trade that would send Ariel Atkins to the Sparks for Raychaw Jackson. Multiple sources told me Nothing is finalized. An announcement is expected Saturday. That is exactly the kind of news we should be getting. The difference is we've had literally 3 or 4 stories broke by the media, and we should be on 20 by now. Or 25 by now.
For the Chicago Sky, there are discussions about a possible trade with the LA Sparks that would send Ariel Atkins to the Sparks in exchange for Rokia Jackson. Sources say nothing is finalized yet, and an announcement could come on Saturday. This is the type of news that should be getting a lot of attention. Instead, only a few stories are being broken by the media when there should already be many more during free agency. The trade involving Rokia Jackson and Aerial Powers is actually very interesting. Chicago would get a veteran upgrade, while the Sparks would be taking a younger player with more upside. It also raises questions about what direction Chicago is taking around Camila Cardoso. But instead of sparking wide discussion, it barely makes noise because there isn't enough media infrastructure to amplify it. In other leagues like the NFL, reporters like Adam Schefter or Ian Rappaport turn every signing into a major event. The news spreads instantly, social media explodes, and fans and shows react in real time, making even small moves feel like big moments.
I do. I do. I love it. Big upgrade for Chicago. Yep. Rokia with Camila. Draft a good point guard. Fire. Huge mistake by the Sparks. If they get rid of Rokia. Rokia Jackson's such an upgrade. Better than Angel Reese. Whoa! Oh, shots fired. I mean, honestly. Didn't Chicago just
But
offer...
when Stephanie White's system comes into play, things change a lot. Players who looked productive in other systems can suddenly struggle. Dantas, for example, went from hitting big threes to barely getting playing time. The issue wasn't that her skill level dropped, it was the way the offense was structured around her. That's why this signing could go either way. It might turn out to be smart or a complete mistake depending on one key question. Will Stephanie White adjust her system to fit her players, or will she force everyone into roles that don't match their strengths? If she doesn't adapt, then Dantas could end up being an ineffective roster piece no matter what her contract is.
Stupid to trade Jackson. It's LA on this side of the scenario that's surprising about this. You know, that LA agreed to do this necessarily, because you look at the numbers and Rokia's got Ariel by a little bit when it comes to statistics, and I think we all saw the potential in Rokia Jackson. Camilla's about to explode if this happens. The sky belt on Reese for Miss Jackson. Yeah, it's hilarious. Alexa
The
Phillippa.
WNBA just locked in a huge new media rights deal, and player salaries are about to rise sharply. The league is finally in a position to grow in a way that felt impossible just a few years ago. But at the same time, it's struggling with something very basic in modern sports marketing: building storylines around player movement. With a new salary cap, teams can't simply solve problems by spending freely anymore. That should make free agency and roster building way more interesting, but only if it's actually covered and followed properly. Instead, there's a lack of consistent reporting, and fans are left trying to piece things together from scattered sources. Players like Caitlin Clark have brought massive attention to the league, creating a whole new wave of fans who want constant updates, storylines, and reasons to stay engaged during the offseason.
We're caught up on all the transactions. Fever fans, they're headed to Indiana with pitchforks over to Marius Dantas. I got to be honest. I'm shocked. I'm shocked people are mad over it. I did not see that coming. I will tell you, us as creators behind the scenes went, are we the only
leverage, and fans get constant updates that keep the league alive even in the offseason. It benefits everyone involved. But in the WNBA, that system doesn't seem to function the same way. Instead,